We know you as TEEMAK, and it's been a couple of years since we've last seen you. You came home. You were launching your big works, the first introduction to Zimbabwe in terms of your artistry. And when you came through, it was both you as an artist, but also as a music promoter.
Yes.
We got to see you signing Enzo as one of your first artists when you came through. What was going on behind your thought process when you came in that particular time in Zimbabwe?
2020 is when I came, and Enzo and I, we had an agreement. The agreement that Enzo and I had actually came from our long-standing friendship that we had prior to that moment. We had already been doing things for each other musically, and we decided that since we were now increasing the expenditures and how much we're investing, it was better to officiate it. That's how the signing of Enzo came about. The vision when I initially came before was to make a proof of concept that the Zimbabwean industry actually can and deserves to be on a wider market.
Now, then there was the drama that then befell soon after, shortly soon after you guys had launched. DJ Towers exposed you to the public with Mr. Styles as being forces, that you're a partner line also for Maxim Capital Investments. What was going on at that particular junction? Because I think this is something that then sort of derailed the rising of your name and your star.
Yeah. I believe the primary problem came from my naivete, my lack of ability to understand the true functioning capacity of humans within the presence of an opportunity. And then the second issue came from my own inadequacies. I believe that I could have done better in so many things. I got involved in too many things that I could manage. At that time I was a 23-year-old, I'm much older now. And the balance between pursuing an entertainment career and also working as a businessman and running a business that has people's lives dependent on you, that balance I failed to make it happen. I aspired for it, I worked hard for it, I prayed for it. I did the very best that I could at that time, with the knowledge that I had. But unfortunately, I could not make it happen. So the consequences of that inferiority complex that I projected in the process of me attaining a big vision is then what led to the complexities of the business crumbling. And when you're in the business of finance, people rely on you, people trust you, your word is your bond, and some people go to the extra mile to just give you as much as they can because they also want things to get better. So you're some form of demigod to a lesser extent. People look up to you. And the day that you let them down, the pain that they feel is so deep that they want to see you crash and burn to the ground. So that is what transpired with everything that happened in relation to what caused my business to fail and what eventually led me to losing humongous amounts of dollars that did not belong to me. I was merely a custodian, and that's what transpired.
So obviously, Zimbabweans, we deal a lot with trust, and if our trust is broken, it's very difficult to win that trust back. What would you say would win our trust back? Have you paid your penance towards the people who came out? Because I remember at the time there were arrest warrants for you, you were wanted for questioning and all of that stuff. Where are we now with that? Has that all been cleared? Have you been acquitted in the courts? What is the current status so that Zimbabweans know that this is someone who's starting off on a clean slate?
Yes. So I believe that the narrative that later was derived from everything that was happening, I do feel that it was a bit more over-exaggerated than normal. I did not really have any court cases up until recently, which is one of them we actually resolved them with my close friend, the person who opened the case against me. The rest of the people, it was mostly propaganda one, but they were people that I owed money in the realm of millions, multiple millions of US dollars. And what I did over the past years is I attempted to make sure that everybody is paid back according to how much they invested. Some people were paid according to the structure of the agreement, and some people, because the amounts are significantly big, it would take me multiple lifetimes to resolve that. And we have put the necessary agreements with those people in place, and they have payment plans. Everybody is receiving the money according to the agreements that we have. It is still a very big challenge because the pain I went through is very tremendous, and I believe most of that pain has been channeled to the music. It is very difficult to be a person that you had so many great intentions, but you did everything in your power and you still failed. You still failed, and you felt, not only did you fail yourself, you felt the multitudes of people that had faith in you. So, in essence, this is a new beginning because even in the realm of business, I'm not really, but my current line of work is different from before, and my current line of work is not public domain. My main focus now in my life for my public domain is to continuously grow myself as an artist. That has always been my passion. Business has always been a means to express oneself and create the opportunities that can allow me to then get to the stage that I want to. So I think that's where we are in the current moment. I did suffer greatly. I do not wish that suffering upon any living soul, and I'm still suffering to this day. The suffering is perpetuous. But the point is that at an early age, I think all of us can remember our formative years. Just a little bit of exposure to something can affect one's consciousness, and when your consciousness is affected by an external vibration, it causes your perception of the world to be entirely different. And I believe that because of how hard I had worked from the time I was 18 up until the age of 23, when I finally came to the public and gave myself away, I had done a lot of work that made me feel like the probability of failure was very low. It was not coming from a point of conceit, but it was rather coming from a point of having worked really hard and believing in the work that I stood for. And that then became my own nemesis, because when you believe in something too much, having faith is great, especially in the divinity and the highest powers that govern us. But when you then have faith in a particular project that you're attached to, it can blindside you. So I believe I was blinded by the light of my own eyes, and eventually that's what led to everything that transpired.
Okay, so where were we? And you still haven't done so. Where were you?
I have been in multiple places. I now reside in the UAE. I moved to the UAE during that time, so I've been in the UAE for that entire duration.
All right.
That is where I currently reside.
Fantastic. Explain to us, what is MAVAMBO and why this title for this particular project?
So the title MAVAMBO comes back to the year 2008. My father purchased a vehicle and he got these custom plates that were written MAVAMBO Akanaka. So it was a new beginning for my family at that time, and I always believed that something great can start from something bad. And I feel like this is the opportunity for me to get that dream fulfilled, even though the starting point of it was not my preference. So when I was contemplating on the name of my project, my spirit just led me back to that time when I was a 10, 11-year-old boy, and I was saying that it just gave me hope and it never left my spirit. So I saw it fit as the title of my first project.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you have in store for us. But before I get into that, your message to the youth. Today we are celebrating our 45th independence. I'm exactly the same age as the country, so I'm very excited about that. But you're significantly younger than I am. But through your experience, what would you want the youth of Zimbabwe and other musicians out there to take away from your personal experience, and how would you want to propel them forward into believing their dreams and never giving up, even after such traumatic and tragic events that have taken place?
I believe the most important attribute for any person to have is faith in the higher powers. Different people have different annotations and connotations to it, but I would like to say having faith in God is very important, because there is an old song by David Mafunga which I love a lot. It was my mother's favorite song as well, and it's called Bacha. Yo, what up, what it do, what it does is the one and only O White Lord, and I'm here at the MAVAMBO press conference at Mako's Hyatt, and I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy for you guys to listen to the EP. We've got 6 songs and 6 videos that I shot for you guys in Nigeria, and I really hope that you like the project as much as I do. As soon as we're done with our marketing phase 1, which is going to take about 1 to 3 months, I'm definitely going to be going on tour. So I'm coming to the UK. I'll be in Europe, Germany, Poland. I'll be everywhere. You'll find me in the States. Even here in Zim, we're going to do some local shows. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait. I can't even wait for you guys to listen to this project. There is even another project that's ready for you guys that's coming down in a few months. So there's going to be a lot of great music, and I really hope that you can just connect with the music.
Era.